Well, good afternoon all. Okay, as you can see, I've got it back on its frame. Got it bolted down actually. Drilled me holes. And, this is not right bolts, I will be getting stainless ones, dome head. I'll still be putting wide washers under it. Oh, not these ones, I'll get stainless ones as well. Stainless washers. But yeah, dome head and all like that. There's only 4 of them. And plenty secure, that's not going anywhere. So, yeah, that's good. So I can, I'm finished turning it upside down now, so I can now go ahead with finishing off the roof and getting it puttied up and cleaned up and ready for paint. And, yeah, got my old chain block out. I've been hanging over the wall. I haven't used that for at least a decade. Yeah. Yeah, and I've just noticed I've made a pretty severe mistake up the front here. This here, in case I haven't shown you before, this is the carrier for the spare wheel. And yeah, you undo the bolt, cap comes off, because that's an old flywheel pulley off whatever. It's with a washer welded into it and cleaned up. And I knew that, like when I welded this wheel carrier on when I made it, I knew that there was about an inch back from this bar was where the tyre came to. And and I bolted it on, allowing for that. But what I didn't allow for was the bonnet to open. The bonnet, like, even though it lifts up, it comes out as it opens. And when the spare wheel's on there, won't be able to open the bonnet. It's actually touching against it. And it's a bit late to be changing everything. I thought about moving the whole thing back, but then the wheel arches aren't centered, so that's not an option. So it looks like I'm gonna have to cut this off. I do, I've got about 3 inches clearance between here and there, so between the wheel and the jockey wheel, the spare wheel and the jockey wheel. So I have to cut that right off now and move it forward a few inches. And that's not the only mistake. I did, I made this not as sharp, and I was going to change that side, correct it, and make it the same as the other side. I never got around to it. Forgot all about it. And it's too late to do it now. I've got the floor in, finished painting. I'm not taking it out again. So, I can't chop that back. So it's going to have to stay a little bit square, but now I'm going to have to, because it just looks bad. The frame's sticking out 1/4 inch here and 1/4 inch under on the other side. So, whether anybody else would notice, I don't know, but if I leave it, it'll just bug me forever. So I'll keep looking at it. When you got mistakes or faults and things, as soon as you look at it, your eyes just go to the fault, and you recognise it, and you see it every time, and it'll just bug you. Well, it does with me anyway. So I could cut it open, pull it out, fill it in, re-weld it. However, that'd be difficult too, without burning the timber that's behind it. Not sure if I want to go down that road. Of course, being on a corner and here, you can't just putty it, you'd break it, you'd bump it. As soon as you bump it, you'd knock the putty off. And it's a fair bit too. As I said, you'd have to bring it out. more than a 1/4 inch to match the other side. Well, if you got it pretty close, if you got it flush with it, it'd probably look alright. But as I said, you can't putty down to an edge there. But I think what I'm going to do actually is just tack a bit of rod on there. Not even fully weld it, just tack a bit of rod on there so the rod is actually on the end, and then run some putty over it. So I think that's going to be the easiest way without, having an issue. As I said, if I cut it all open and try and re-weld it, then I'm going to try and do it without catching the wood on fire, which is just inside there. So anyway, we'll get to that later when I get to it. But yeah, other than that, the rest is going pretty good. I got my sander working. I thought it must have been brushes. Well, now the brushes are okay. What had happened is the thread is stripped down in this screw. This block holds a brush in. There's a spring behind this block which pushes on the brush. That's all it was. Just stripped the thread out, so it's put a bigger screw in it. Yeah, good to go again. This is a stayer, and this, a bit of a story behind this actually. When I was about, I suppose it must have been 17, it's my first road car, and Dad had borrowed it from a place that he worked at, and yeah, he was doing something or other at home, and yeah, so I started using it, and of course it stopped working. And we both, I thought I'd burn it out, Dad thought it'd burn out, and yeah, he was pissed major. Went in and had to buy another orbital sander to give back to him, and anyway, sat in the cupboard for years, and eventually, yeah, I grabbed hold of it and said, I'll see if I can get this thing working, and all it needed was a couple of brushes. Yeah, cost me $10. And then, yeah, that was probably 30 years ago. Been going ever since. A little bit slow, but yeah, plenty good, plenty heavy. But that's another drawback to it. If you like doing, vertical stuff, your arms get tired fairly soon. But yeah, it's a good old unit. Keep going with that. Yeah, so anyway, not much else to show. I ran a bit of wood glue just down in these joints. A couple of places the resin hadn't come all the way through. So, and it also, it seals up all these splits. This is from, cutting it with a jigsaw. You're always going to get this with ply. The top edge always splinters off. So yeah, so as well as extra reinforcement in the joint, it seals all them splits. So yeah. Alright, suppose there's not much else I can show you. I'll show you this. Another little money saving venture. This was without a knob. Been without a knob for ages. And yeah, I was going to go in and buy another top for it, and then no, I don't want to do that. So yeah, just grab the regular doorknob out of the cupboard, a bit of a spare one, and drilled a hole in the top. Don't know if I had to drill a hole through the centre, probably not. But yeah, sat it on there, screwed a nylock nut down, put a rubber plug back in the top, and quite like it actually. It's quite decorative. Yeah, a whole lot bigger than the original winder too. It's actually easier to hold on to. Anyway, keep it short again. Yeah, thought I'd done all the pinholes, and found a few more. Anyway, we'll get to that. Alright, leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Bye.